84.
Mm-hmm.
We
And we live.
live.
Welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Cast. This your host, formerly known as Bad Love Chuck, and my guy Country's on the right side of the screen here. Don't forget to
What
like,
up,
subscribe,
bro?
and share on the social media platforms. If you're watching on Twitter, please hit the retweet and like button as you come through the door. So, Country, they winding down OTA practices. Mandatory meeting camp is next week. So,
Yeah,
so how we feeling, man? We getting closer to football. We like was it 84 days? 84 days away for kickoff?
it was just Travis Kelsey Day the other day. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think we're 84.
yeah.
I'm like my boy DG. Yay, shorts! Yay, shorts!
BG, man.
I heard from a player that this is one of the hardest OTAs they've been in. So it sounds like they working out there. One of the players said this was one of the most intense OTAs they had. Yay, shorts! I love DG, man. That's my nigga.
Hey, so
we
you
need
know
a graphic for
everybody.
that. Yay, shorts!
Hey, man, you know everybody want to see them in helmet and pads and all that, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just lets me know everybody's ready for football. It's ready.
I
Royals is keeping it entertaining, but
Oh
it's time.
man,
It's time, man.
we the
Are they
Royals.
losing right now?
What's up?
Are they losing right now?
I haven't checked the score. I think it was 0-0 last time I checked. But I know one thing: the world they some lightweights right now, dog. The Yankees are clearly the heavyweights. We still got
Yeah.
man,
You still got trade deadline, man, you know.
and like we still gonna make the playoffs, but I don't think we're gonna go to no World Series or anything anytime soon.
They still need to let Jack get his legs underneath him, and Reagan's being hurt is hurting them and stuff, but
Yeah, it
they
sucks.
need to get them bats right. Vinny was like player of the month last month, right?
Yeah,
Or yeah.
Vinny been cooking. Vinny been cooking for
Yeah,
sure.
Vinny been cooking. So Bobby ain't playing like Bobby though. We step it up a little bit. Y'all went to the game, man. Carlton was in the building. You and Carlton. Did anybody confuse y'all for each other?
Chill out, chill
Nah,
out.
you way taller than Carlton, bro.
But yeah, Carlton, he did the signature dance when they showed up.
Alfonso I can't even say it. Ribeiro. He was in the building. Who else was in the building? Reggie Jackson was in the building. Legend.
Yeah, Mr. October.
Pat was in the building.
Yeah,
He's the owner, so.
right. 1%.
Oh, I thought he said big. I thought it said Boogie reported this train. I was like, damn, Boogie. First of all, you ain't gonna come on the show. Then you gonna report us? Nah, what kind of shit?
Nah. We
We already not top 30 podcasts, man. You.
as you can see, we still get used to us upgrade the StreamYard and stuff. So you can see, we see
Yeah, shout out to the good folks at StreamYard.
for sure.
Give us a discount. Anyway.
But nah, let's get straight to it, man. I want to rewind back just a little bit. Let's go back to last week. The first topic we want to get to, as you guys see on the bottom of the screen. Before I lead into it, I want to go back to what Matt Nagy was saying, and specifically in regards to the vertical passing game.
Mhm.
But first, I want to point out that he said Rasheed Rice looked good. You know, he's going to come back strong. He's been working hard, so there's that. But specifically with Patrick Mahomes, he said we always want to try to pick something that we can get better at and let him really lock in for an inordinate amount of time. You know, break it down, downfield throws, and just watch them all together. And for what it's worth, at the end of the Eagles game, no, the score wasn't what we wanted, but there was a pretty good throw at the end of the year there to Xavier, and I think we're excited to get back to some of that.
Okay, so here I go hijacking the show again.
What you mean? I'm not doing it. Hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
Because
I was gonna say something.
he just said something similar to that he said something like, even though we got smacked up and everything, just to see that deep ball to Xavier at the end of the year, hopefully it'll translate over to next year. We get better results in the deep vertical pass game. So here's the question, man. Like, with everybody healthy, no injuries, ain't gonna go through no serious injury obstacles like we did in the past season. Do you think that this vertical passing game will get better? Do you believe in Matt Nagy when he says that?
Yes. Because I think that that's what Pat wants to do. I'm gonna take your question though and flip it. Is this a want or a need? The vertical game.
I feel like
is it more of a fans wanting to see that? Is it because it's more exciting brand of football, or is it a need? Like we need to do this because it makes everything better. Because it still worked. Like we still won 15 games last year. It just wasn't pretty as everybody thought it was. So is this more of a I want the downfield passing game because it looks better. It's exciting. It helps us out. We scoring 30 points a game. Wow, big whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? Or is it just a need? You know what I'm saying? Hold on right quick.
Okay. Well, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Yeah, I agree with you, DG. I was gonna say it's definitely a need because this offense needs to be opened up, man. The thing that I can see why the Chiefs pretty much ran it back with everybody because, like I mentioned earlier, we went through a bunch of injuries, got to go through a bunch of obstacles with that, made it through that, and we was able to do so and get to the bowl. Unfortunately, we didn't get the end result. But at the end of the day, I feel like if guys are healthy, like we ain't got to go through that again. We definitely need that back in the offense. But I was just about to get to that, John. We have to establish the run, bro. Like we can't come out every now and then wanting to throw the ball like 10 plays in a row to start the game. Like that's not gonna work. You gotta have a balance, a certain balance. You gotta mix it in some.
So do you? So I mean that opens up the. How do you feel about the running back run?
We got options. That's all I'm gonna say. We got options at running back.
That's a good way to describe it. Actually, we got options.
It's kind of a mission right now.
Yeah. I do think the downfield passing game has to exist with Worthy. That was the best part of the Super Bowl. Like, every once in a while I can just throw it to Worthy, or at least attempt it. You know what I'm saying? And it was coming on in the season. He got the one against the Chargers, which was early, and then they kind of work on it, but it wasn't clicking.
Mm-hmm.
But to see it come together in the Super Bowl, and I know they probably had their backups in, but they were still playing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to the mic'd up of the Super Bowl, Saquon Barkley was still like, "Hey, we got to stay on them," and they was up 30. It was like, bro, what are you talking about?
Hey, you just never know, bro.
So
you just never know.
They still were like scared. You know what I'm saying? So
or just
I can't wait to see Philadelphia again.
I don't know about
man. They were still scared, bro. I don't care what they said.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no, I accidentally. Can you unban? I accidentally banned Caleb. Can you unban?
Our fault, bro. I don't know what.
My bad, Caleb. My bad, bro.
We're gonna try to fix that, bro.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Caleb. I don't know what I did. I pushed the wrong button, bro.
Yeah, man. Stop touching that, bro.
My bad.
My goodness. All right,
I'm sorry.
We're gonna talk.
But yeah, that was the best part of the Super Bowl, bro. To me, that was to see that we were able to finally get them and hit on them and stretch the field. You know what I'm saying? So, Pat is a gunslinger. I really don't want to associate him with Brett Favre anymore because Brett Favre seems like a terrible person. in real life.
Talking about
But
the football player. We talking about on the
we
field.
talking about
On the
strictly
field.
football. He's
On
like
the
Brett
field.
Favre. He's more accurate than Brett Favre, but he likes to sling the ball around so yeah, it's gonna happen. He gonna try it anyway. He never stopped trying it. It just wasn't working. So I think with these more people, if Hollywood stays healthy, it's all going to depend on health. Because I don't even want to talk about this because I don't want to jinx it. But what just happened?
Yeah,
My
fault.
is that you? Yeah. What are you doing?
Say little back in the chat.
Yeah, get Caleb back, man. Caleb, I owe you, bro. I owe you. But it's going to depend on health. It's going to depend on the running game. It's going to depend on how the O-line looks. So it's a lot of factors going into it. And like I said, he never stopped trying to throw the deep ball. It just wasn't connected. It would connect every once in a while with Justin Watson always found a deep ball somewhere. Yeah. Somehow, some way, Justin Watson would always find a deep ball, which was crazy.
That was our most consistent vertical passing game when we involved Justin Watson.
Yeah. Man, who I want to see involved in the passing game.
Oh, absolutely. Like you saw Xavier Worthy, he made that one-handed catch in practice today.
Yeah, he didn't do what McCall Hardman did, catching them 70-yarders out there in Green Bay. You seen it? You seen it? you seen the seen the footage? What's up?
Chris. So I seen that Xavier done both up a bit too.
Man, he looked focused, man. He had the little situation that we won't touch on that we don't know nothing about, but he had that little off-season thing and it seemed to focus him. He looks good. He looks in shape. He looked like he ready to be. What would you classify? Okay, what's your order? We gonna go with Rasheed at 1, of course. What's up, cousin? I need that beat, man, for the theme song, bro. I need that beat. Anyway, we're gonna go with Rasheed Rice at 1. Who's your 2? Is it X or Hollywood?
I'm gonna go and say X because X is just a little more explosive than Hollywood. Not to say Hollywood isn't explosive, but I'm gonna go with the younger, fresher legs on that end.
I ain't mad at that. Yeah. So X is, man. What's your order now? Like in terms of targets, let's add everybody. Mm-hmm. What's your weapon? I think Rasheed Rice is still number 1 over everybody. I think you kind of you still got to put Travis at 2, in my opinion. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'm talking about overall sense of everybody.
I mean, Travis, he may be number 2, but I don't know. I'll throw him down to number 3.
I'm mad at that. I kind of want to see Pacheco in there. I don't know if he's a top 3 though, weapon wise.
Yeah, I don't think he's top 3. He's probably like
4
or 5, maybe somewhere in there.
I'm not putting too many people above. Rasheed is my 1. No doubt about it. He's my 1. Are you ready to move Kelsey off of 2? Because years before, if this was 3 years ago, it would be Travis. Travis would be 1, 2, and 3. And then whoever else was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we got people that can help Travis out, which is, I really don't want this to be Travis last year. I know people are saying that, but I think we can prolong it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you up. I think it is about that time for.
Yeah, it looked like it. He looks in good shape though. It like Travis wasn't playing around. I think he's gonna try to go out on top, which is what would you consider a good retirement year for Travis? I mean, he don't have to be a Pro Bowl player. Like, that ain't the goal anymore. Is it? Do we need 1,000 yards? Is that the goal? Like, what's the real goal? Just winning the Super Bowl?
I mean,
Then I can go out.
at this point, I mean, I don't really think he need to have 1,000 yard season. I mean, I think 750 would be cool on his way out. 750 ain't bad.
750. 750.
But if it's lower than that, then I don't know what just happened to the country here. But anyhow,
Yeah, I gotta stop touching buttons.
yeah, that boy
He was
struggling.
too big.
I ain't know this guy was back here the entire time. What's up?
Hi.
Yeah, this fool. He's.
It's good.
I
It's
try
nice
to ignore his ass, but I couldn't.
You try. Oh, so you.
Yo,
No, actually, I was trying to let you in, and I pushed the wrong button.
I'm
What
like,
do you
hey, I'm
want?
still over here waving at Chuck like.
Trey, what do you want? Nah, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
what's good?
I'll
bro?
play with you.
Yeah, no.
Trey, how would you rank the weapons of the Chiefs? Who's your top 3 weapons? We talking about everybody: running backs, tight ends, wide receivers.
Not ranked of weapons. Number one is definitely going to be the wide receiver group. I think the Rasheed.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm saying individually.
Person.
Yeah, weapons.
Okay, yeah, it's still
individually.
Is wide receiver number one. I
think the consistency is Rasheed has to be. Rasheed is one to me.
Rasheed is one. I think Xavier is 2. I think Trav is gonna have to work into that 3 role because I mean I just don't feel it. Like I love Trav and I hate to say this, it hurts every bit of my soul. But bro, we gotta admit that Trav is taking a step.
Okay, let's admit that Trav took a step back,
which it's
but Trav's step back is still good enough to be a top.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still like a top 5 tight end in the league.
Trav's step back is a lot of tight ends' best year.
That's a good.
So I believe Carson makes this 53. It just depends on if they want to keep
I don't know.
If they want to keep a fullback, I think he makes a 53. If they don't want to keep a fullback, he's not.
I feel like they're not going to keep a fullback. That's what it kind of.
Not with the running backs they have. If Elijah Mitchell looks anything good.
If Elijah can chip block and do stuff that we desperately need in that running back component, Carson still is not making the shots.
Yeah.
I hate being
no disrespect to Carson though.
No disrespect.
But no, I hate being the old head, but man, like the disrespect to the fullbacks now is crazy.
Fullbacks are
crazy to me.
Hey man, fullbacks are kind of dead in the league. How many is there?
There's unheard of.
There's Kyle. There's a dude in San Francisco, and then Carson Steele.
And then like five of them.
Denver has a fullback too. The guy that we used to have, Burton, right?
Mike Burton.
That's it. Is there any other fullbacks in the league? Baltimore don't even got a fullback no more, do they?
They got rid of Ricard. Yeah, they got rid of Ricard.
Wow.
There's really limited. It just really depends on the scheme, because we know, like especially Baltimore, they love to run zones, stretch, counters, draws. So they love, and I think Denver the same way. Is they love a running back is basically if you have an extra blocker.
My boy said all disrespect. Wait
all disrespect is crazy.
All disrespect is crazy.
That's nasty.
But
we don't mean any disrespect.
Yeah, we don't mean any disrespect.
I don't know what Carlos on. Shout out to Lo.
Yeah.
My boy said all disrespect intended.
But basically, yeah, like we knew Carson Steele was not going to be a running back. We knew if he was going to make this roster, he was going to be a fullback. He was going to be doing chip blocks. He's going to leap to the outside to the flat and be, if anything, an extra blocker.
He got a small package.
Yeah. His talent, his bag is his bag isn't as large as
Yeah.
No, we talking about somebody having a bag now. It's not good.
Please don't bring that up because we're trying to get away from that, guys.
we got to get away from that.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Nah, you got a small bag.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, as much as I enjoyed Carson Steele, I know a lot of people didn't like him. I think that especially, you were. What are you going to expect?
I like it, bro. If it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short,
I'm stacking a box. I'm handing it to them.
Yeah, I would let him do that. He fumbled. How many times did he fumble? Twice
ever.
And he fumbled at crucial moments though too. But he got the fumbling under control towards the end. He didn't fumble late in this. Well, they stopped using him after when Kareem got here. They stopped using him. So he fumbled enough.
Popped up.
Well, look who it is.
What up, man?
Hi, everybody.
D-Mac will not return your text messages, but he will get in your podcast.
I think I responded to your last text message. I'm fairly certain I did. I think.
No, I'm joking with you.
Oh, okay. I thought I responded to the last one.
All right, D-Mac. We are ranking weapons on here. Individual weapons. Your top 3 individual weapons on this team.
Are we just in general, or are we including?
No, we're doing individuals.
What's the picking order?
The consensus is Rashee Rice is your number 1.
Yeah.
Who's your 2 and 3 though?
So, in terms of total targets, I think it'll probably be Worthy, number 2, and then Kelsey 3. I think that it's a little underrated as far as this conversation is concerned because of Kelsey's step backwards last year. This is messing with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I do this? Is this okay with everybody? Because this box is killing me for my OC.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. Look, make yourself feel comfortable. Act like you definitely don't own the place.
I just wanted to make sure. All right. No, I think it's a little bit underrated because of all of and you guys know how excited I was when we signed Hollywood Brown. Because of the step back that Kelsey has taken. We know Andy Reid's offense has always been built off of being able to run out of those 3x1 sets. And Travis Kelce has always been the guy on the backside of those sets to be able to win those one-on-one matchups. Because of Kelsey's step backwards, now the best guy to do that is Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
And so situationally, especially early on in the season, that is a major thing that I'm going to be looking for. One, who do they assign there? Do they trust Rashee Rice there? As we said, we expect him to be number 1, but we know how impressive he is specifically working kind of on the inside of these, and especially if you work off some combo routes with him and Xavier Worthy. And then Travis Kelce still really can't do that. Are they forcing him into that role, or are they trusting Hollywood Brown, who in my opinion is probably their best man-to-man beater and their guy that works out of the intermediate the best? So that's one thing that I'm going to be watching early on, because if that is something that they're trusting Hollywood Brown to do, then maybe that indicates that he's higher in this pecking order ultimately than is. And ultimately, if he proves to be able to do that effectively, then I think that's great. And that means that Travis Kelce can be 4th in the pecking order, and we can only have to use him situationally, in which, Mahomes has those trust routes that he likes to get to Kelce on. So if the outcome of this season is all 3 of the wide receivers are ahead of Travis Kelce, then I'll be very happy about that.
I ain't mad at that. We do acknowledge that Travis is taking a step back, but we also acknowledge that Travis step back is still top 5 tight end in the league. Still,
it's funny. We ranked the tight ends on Facts and Stats earlier today, and he was pretty consistent top 5. Even still, just taking a step back.
There's some good tight ends out there, but not yet. His replacement might be in Las Vegas though, because what's the kid's name? Is that not Bowers? Is it Bowers?
It's Bowers.
Oh yeah, Bowers is nice.
Yeah, he is.
Bowers gonna be a problem. So Jeffrey Bassa, whatever your name is. Yeah, you got your work cut out for you, baby.
But
he's gonna be around for a long time.
I would like to add in is like even though we know Travis not going to be able to win as many tight end on linebacker matchups, he's still beating a lot of linebackers and safeties in this league. So I mean, it's still weird, but I mean, the thing about it is now you're going to require a little bit more. A Noah Gray to step up, Hollywood to step up, these added other people to step up because I mean, no, we know that Travis is going to slack off. Travis is still going to keep on doing what he needs to do. Oh, sure, I hope so, but now you're not going to be able to say, oh, if Travis sitting over here being our leading receiver, we're going to be just fine. I mean,
you could still get some of those mismatches, certainly with Travis against linebackers or safety, but that means you got to run the ball. Because if you don't run the ball, then none of it matters. No, they're never going to take an extra corner off the field if you know that they're not going to run the ball effectively.
yeah.
Do I believe that they're going to run the ball? No. I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason to believe that they're going to, but that's really what it comes down to as far as creating those mismatches. And obviously, like you said, Noah Gray is always going to be important to those type of personnel sets. But until they run the ball, I can't expect Travis Kelce to get favorable matchups from that standpoint. But if the wide receivers are doing what the wide receivers need to do, then that is another way to get Kelce into those good looks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna age myself by saying this, but and I was a kid when it happened. when Jimmy Swagger was crying for the sinners of the world, I'm gonna do a video of Charles crying like, "Please, Andy, run the ball. Just run the ball."
Dude. But now it's like, so here's my main question: if we do run the ball, are we still gonna have that belief that Pacheco is able to average at least 3 yards a carry, or do we have to really think there's gonna be?
You mean 4? You mean 4?
Right.
You better have
Before, yeah.
Hey, bro,
I mean,
are you off Pacheco? Paul?
No, I'm not off Pacheco, but it's just like I mean,
A lot of people feel like that. I feel like a lot of
They
people
feel
have given up
yeah,
on Isaiah Pacheco.
Well, I think Isaiah Pacheco, and he still represents the best chance that they have at having a good running game. I think that Isaiah Pacheco that you saw prior to his injury was still looking like the Isaiah Pacheco we got used to the first 2 years here, where the vision was a question mark, but it improved specifically in his second year. You saw the power, you saw the explosiveness. Yeah, it's not an agile explosiveness, but it is an explosiveness that is useful, that is certainly serviceable and certainly a lot better than anything we had last year. But Pacheco after the injury clearly wasn't the same running back. He is still the guy that is most likely to be the lead guy, and if he's healthy, then I think that'll probably be a solid thing. And I don't think he's necessarily a top 10 back, but I think he can be a top 20 back, a top 15 back, ultimately. And so it's just about if he's healthy. And I think if he's healthy, then you're in a good spot.
He just got to be respectable. He ain't got to be Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to be Thurman Thomas or nothing like that. He just got to be. I respect that he's running the ball. I respect that, so I got to put an extra guy in the box. That's all we need. That's it. As long as you respect them to put an extra guy out there, then we can attack all these other teams. Because
and I mean that's always been my main question is like, because I love Pop. Like I love Pop. Any chance I want to like I show Pop probably one of the most support than anybody within our Chiefs family group chat. But my thing about it is like I don't want us to rush him, kind of like in similar situations, because I want him to be healthy because I know how effective he is if he's healthy, because he's literally the definition to run through a motherfucker's face. But it's like you're wanting to keep him upright so he can continue to be running through a motherfucker. Like me personally, I was watching 2 years ago we were playing the Bengals and it was Jake Browning, and right before the whole memes thing, when I watched him literally find the gap, run through a motherfucker, and go downhill, I'm like, dang, if he can get a little bit more speed, that's crib. But it's just like right there, that one play against Cincinnati shows you how, if he's healthy, how effective he can be running the ball. It's just how healthy is he? If he's not as healthy as what we want him to be, are we expecting Kareem Hunt to try and take over the load? Are we expecting Elijah Mitchell to do what he needs to? Who is going to be the guy that steps up if we're not getting what we need from him?
And we've also been spoiled by tremendous running backs over the years.
Kareem was
still holding on to Jamal.
Exactly.
Jamal, Priest, even Damian Williams showed up in the playoffs and
In the
was
Mahomes
an
era,
otherworldly guy.
in the Mahomes era, the number one dude who spoiled us was Kareem.
For sure. And that's a great
Yeah.
segue.
And we only got a piece of it for the record.
Let's segue to that. Let's segue to
Small
that real
piece.
quick. Let's segue to that real quick. All right. So we're gonna talk about the Kareem Hunt segment of this episode because he had a press conference today and he talked about, feeling good to, get the spring work in this time, instead of just come off the couch, he'll actually have a full off
Like
season.
literally off the couch.
Yeah, literally off the couch. So I don't know how it's going to impact them at age 30 this time, but here's more of what he said. He said on return to Kansas City, he said it felt like unfinished business. He loves the guys here. He loves the staff. It's just good people all around. And he also talked about the rookie too, man, Brashard Smith. He likes him a lot. He's a guy who's versatile, good speed, and he just flat out likes him. And then, he at the end of the press conference, he wasn't really he didn't really want to talk about having to do a lot of running and stuff, during this period. So here's a question I have for y'all in this room. With Kareem having a full off season, how much of a difference is it gonna make for him at age 30? Would it make a slight difference, a big difference? I mean, where we at with it for Kareem?
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I would say slight difference because at least he gets to, because he literally came off the couch last year. You know what I'm saying? So at least he's in football shape, but after a while you can see the wear and tear was coming fast. Pause. But in the position that he's in, he doesn't have to be that either anymore. So I'm not looking for him to have 20, 22 carries a game. That's not his game anymore. Right. Give me 10 to 12 carries, and I think he can stay fresh. Or I would use Kareem more in the score is 24-7, and we're just trying to run the clock out. All right, Kareem, do your thing. Because I trust you. I trust you're going to hold on to the ball. I trust you're going to give me 5.5, 4 yards a carry. I can just grind out some first downs with you. He might break a long one, maybe.
Can he still close out games in general? Can he still be our closer in general?
I think so. He closed out some games last year.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I hope
not. I think you asked Chuck specifically, do you think that him not coming off the couch and having a full off season working out here would be how much of a difference it is? I don't think it makes any difference. He looks like he's going to be the same player, which is a useful short yardage back, somebody that you can use certainly on the goal line. I think he's our best option there because Pacheco still struggles. I'm not giving the ball to Carson Steele come hell or high water. I think that the way in which you use Hunt is in that way, and I don't think that changes in any significant way. You talk about closing games. The Isaiah Pacheco that you saw in 2022 and 2023 had a better ability to close games than what you saw from Kareem Hunt last year. Kareem Hunt was just doing it by the skin of his teeth. Isaiah Pacheco, legitimately was able to do that at times, right? He was breaking tackles and running through guys and being able to get extra yardage that wasn't there. And it wasn't like an explosive amount, but it was enough that sometimes it flipped the field for some of those games. So I just think about that Ravens, game all the time where Pacheco just was able to get those things, or the Bengals AFC Championship game where he's breaking 2 tackles and being able to get down the sideline. So in my opinion, I hope Isaiah Pacheco is the guy that's closing games, but I think Hunt is going to be the same guy that is being the short yardage back option.
I was about to say, I think that you use Kareem in passing yardage. I think that one of the biggest things about him is not only is he effective, he was something that Pacheco really isn't too well at, which is catching the ball out of the backfield. You need those third down situations where Holmes is going to roll out to that right side. He's going to try and find somebody open in the flat, and Kareem has that not only yards after catch, but yards after contact. But it's just that's the thing, is Kareem as well as his vision, Harold, because that's the biggest thing. Is we knew coming into this, Isaiah Pacheco is a runner. He's a guy that, number one, it's not an issue that you're a runner as a running back, because that's part of the name. You have to be able to find a hole, make a hole, do all that. But the thing about it is when we watch players who played against us, i.e. the Le'Veon Bells, the Marlon Macks, the Noshawn Morenos, Monty Balls, these guys were able to stay patient, find a hole, and exploit us and take a yard from 5 to 10 or 7 to 10. I mean, that's the one thing that we needed is we need somebody who can counter that. I mean, I've always felt like some teams are needing of 2 running backs because I feel like if you have 2 running backs, especially with different talents that you have, you're a little bit more versatile and you're able to do a little bit more. You have one that's going to be a runner. You have one that's going to be more of a pass catcher. Now, it might be a little bit too obvious, but maybe we start mixing it up. But I think I'm not expecting a lot from Kareem Hunt. I'm not. We signed him as if we're not expecting a lot. We weren't paying.
So you basically accepting Pacheco to come back as Pacheco.
I'm accepting
because you just said we don't expect a lot from Kareem Hunt, and I could ask you, and I can know that you don't expect a lot from Elijah Mitchell, and you don't expect a lot from Brashard Smith now.
Well, here's the thing: we have to see how it shakes out. The answer to your question is yes. I do think Pacheco comes back as Pacheco, and I think it's very key that he does it because if it doesn't, then your running game is going to look a lot like it did last year, and that's going to be a very bad thing in my personal opinion. So I think, but you talk about kind of the pass catching aspect of it. I prefer Pacheco to Kareem Hunt because Pacheco got better as a pass catcher from his first year to his second year. He was able to take advantage of that space. Kareem Hunt simply doesn't have the wheels to do that anymore. So he's not somebody that I want to give the ball in space. Elijah Mitchell, if you want to do so. Now the aspect of this is going to be a question mark. The best receiver in the running back room is Brashard Smith, and that's coming in day one no matter what because he obviously has that background. But again, how much can you use them there? Are you not tipping your hand, et cetera, man? But the wild card to this is we don't know how they feel about the pass protection aspect of it. Whether they trust Hunt there, which is still a place that he can do some things. Whether they trust Pacheco, how much they trust Smith or Elijah Mitchell, et cetera. So that's a wild card as far as that's concerned. But yeah, to answer your question, I do expect Pacheco to come back as Pacheco. And everything that we've done this offseason, including taking a running back in the 7th round, who even though I like Brashard Smith and what he can bring to the table, he's still a 7th round running back. We say that as Isaiah Pacheco is. It's indicative that they think that Pacheco is going to be the guy that's coming back and leading this backfield.
Here's my thing, D-Mac, with what you said in regards to Pacheco closing out games. The only pushback I have is Kareem Hunt. Just in a situation where we just need to close out the game and win it. Like where we have the ball last, where we just need 1 first down, maybe 2 to close out the game and win. My thing is this. I trust Kareem with ball security. I trust Kareem with vision. That's my thing in that situation. And pass protection if needed. So
yeah, I mean, vision I agree with. Ball security, I've never really had a huge issue with Pacheco from a ball security standpoint. So it's as long as it's not Carson Steele, I think it's a wash.
That is
he's gonna keep taking shots at Carson Steele. He's gonna keep taking jabs at Carson Steele.
The Chiefs subjected me to way too many Carson Steele shots. Or what's it called carries last year. So yes, he's going to get some shots. I agree with you from a vision standpoint. I think that his vision is serviceable enough in those situations in which his better ability to create yards that are not there is a little bit more important when you talk about just wanting to get a first down. That's that's there. But again, short yardage, I agree with you. Hunt and his ability there is superior.
I was going to ask if I needed a first down and I gave you 3 straight runs, who would you pick first? But it's like I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen Elijah Mitchell enough to even put him in the conversation.
No,
or Brashard Smith. Like
for me, it's Pacheco twice, and then if you're close enough, Hunt for the 3rd time.
Yeah, if it's a 3rd and medium,
that's probably the answer.
I believe if it's a 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 6, I think I'm going to see Kareem Hunt.
No, I'm giving you 1st and 10. And I'm giving you 3 straight runs to get this first down.
But Pacheco was starting
the first 2 balls off. Yeah, handing the ball off the first 2 times to Pacheco. And then if it's a third and medium, then I'm bringing out Kareem. If it's a third and short, I'm stacking the box and I'm bringing in a 2 tight end and I'm making Pacheco give us the first down.
I noticed you didn't say you're gonna let Mahomes run it though.
No, absolutely not.
It's a playoff.
I'm joking.
Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
if it's the playoffs,
It's
you
the
run it.
Don't
I already
get me
feel like I
started,
had
bro.
bad juju after the Jags game because I was like, oh shit. Like I really
Nah, if it's week 7, no, Mahomes, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
But if it's January, yeah, Mahomes can run that. What was
Oh,
the
yeah,
next
it's
subject,
January.
Chuck?
It's the championship game. Mahomes is
Harold,
running the ball.
I promise you, like the heart is great. It's not enough.
Yeah,
Look, my
Shout out
thing
to
is
Kendrick.
they don't have heart ratings on Madden.
He
Here's
said it's
my
not
biggest-
enough.
Here's my biggest scare is we do a 3rd and 2, we do a draw with Kareem and somebody beats him right in that hole. And I'm be like, dang. Like we had a 3rd and short right here, and that might have been the
You run a draw with Kareem, you might end up in a 4th and 5.
Exactly. Like
He better be running behind Trey Smith if that's the
yeah.
case.
Right. So just to wrap up the running back room here, this is what Big Brad said about our rookie running back, Brashard Smith. He said, yeah, he got good speed. He's a good route runner. But he also said it's tough to evaluate running backs and linebackers in the during OTAs.
Yeah.
But he's done a good job of what we asked him to do. End quote. So
Yay, shorts.
Yeah, literally.
That's on.
Yeah, I'm not worried about how to. Yeah, we'll see in St. Joe. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting until St. Joe. That's really what I'm worried about.
Also, don't get too carried away with, oh, he looks good. Everybody looks good. They haven't. When's the last time you heard a coach say, this guy don't look that good, man?
Touching each other.
pause.
These are
Hey.
NFL athletes who are the top 1% of the top 1%. I'm sure they look great in shorts and t-shirts. I promise.
Right. I'm waiting for a position coach to say, yeah, man, that first rounder, man, Jesus Christ, he's terrible. Jesus.
Well, I
Why did we
suppose
sign this guy?
it's better to see your first rounder there than to not have the first rounder there at all.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
I'm glad my first rounder isn't a distraction to the team, even though he's working to the side. But anyway, go ahead, Chuck. We don't want to talk about bum franchises.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Cheap ass franchise.
Speaking of that, real quick, did y'all see what the Chargers posted? They posted all these little badges on the side of their practice jersey.
I had to.
That's
Sooner or
the
later,
first
pride has to take
franchise
over.
I've seen one.
I think
Zach
it's kind of.
confirmed what
I
he
think
said,
it's kind
no.
of cool. It's kind of cheap. It's corny and it's bad because it's a loser franchise doing it. So it's a bad look from that standpoint. But I thought it was kind of cool.
It's something a football movie would do.
Like,
Hey, guys.
And also they had showed Herbert's, and I was like, I wonder what those patches are because it's not legible. He only has one Pro Bowl. I think he has the Rookie of the Year, and then some of those I think it said had Chargers records on it. So I'm like, guys, are you really sure?
One of them was Chargers records. One of them
Do
was
that with Khalil Mack, okay? At least he's got some stuff on it. Like he's got some posts on the wall.
I saw how many. It said Pro Bowls, and then it says how many playoffs appearances. Like you're giving him kudos for playoff appearances now.
For just
I wanted the playoff
making
interception patch. It's like 5 now.
Oh, it'll be
Don't
filled
manage
right
your
there.
game.
Herbert does not look. He looked very funny under the lights. He looked very shaky under the lights.
I
So,
feel
yeah, I was
confident.
like,
That's the thing.
you guys should have done the Khalil Mack one. That would have been a much better patch.
Yeah. Who else they got
They
that
should
can
do
do
a
something
patch
over there?
for- They should do a patch for how many times Herbert is throwing a game-ending interception to Nick Bolton. I bet you he had
Maybe Rashawn Slater and Khalil Mack is really the extent of guys that are very decorated there.
The Chiefs would never do that.
So I guess maybe him too. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get back to us, man. Jaden Hicks, year 2. I think he's the starter. He'll be starting this time, I believe, in that secondary. So here's a few things he talked about. One of the main thing he talked about was Justin Reed. You know how he took him under his wing. He basically said he was a great help. I know D Mac. I know. I'm gonna let you cook on that in a sec. Jay Reed was a great help.
He ready.
He helped me get everything under myself. Taught me to keep stacking days. And he talked about how Jay Reed helped him, get guys, aligned on defense, pre-snap, and all that too. And he also mentioned how he can continue to improve. He said, just learn everything about the defense, play multiple positions. And he basically just got to learn a lot in the playbook. Just get in the playbook. So
Hey, Jaden Hicks is like Johnny Gill. Like
In what-
he's already
in what
coming
way?
in.
in what way?
He's coming into New Edition. They already got established. They already got a concrete fan base. They already platinum. All he got to do is come in and fill in the gaps. That's it. Like all you got to do is come in. We know you can perform. All you got to do is perform. That's all Johnny Gill had to do on the Heartbreak album. He had to go. It wasn't extra. And every once in a while, we give you a solo song, so you can shine. But it's not like he was replacing Bobby Brown.
I disagree with that.
Good.
I'm happy that Justin Reed was there to teach him that. I don't have anything bad to say about Justin Reed on that front. I think that Justin Reed being able to mentor them is a good thing. But I think also Justin Reed not being there this year is indicative of the fact that they do feel like Jaden Hicks is going to be the guy as far as that safety room is concerned that is going to be asked to do a lot. Fortunately, last year he already did a lot of different things for this defense and was in a variety of different roles and had a lot put on his plate, even though it was in limited action, then continued to have that increased role as the season went on. And I said this, I did a film review that it was like I think it was week 6 or whatever, the early game we had versus the Raiders. He was on the field for that finish to the game, that final drive, and that was indicative of how much trust that they had in him. So I think that it's something where they trust Jaden Hicks to do a lot, and they expect him to kind of be a star in his role. And I haven't seen any reason to say that he can't do that. It's just, hey, can you do it on a more consistent basis for sure? But that's it. That would be my only pushback as far as the Johnny Gill comparison. But I think that he's in a really good place, and I think he's done a lot of work to make sure he's ready for the moment for sure.
I can't believe you didn't agree. I took 3 seconds to think about that, and you didn't even agree. All my hard work.
I wasn't all the way there either, country. I ain't gonna hold
I'm just saying he don't have to. If Trent McDuffie is already Ralph Tresvant, he don't have to come in and kill every song. He just got to be there.
That is true. It
and
starts
when we
with
call on you, be there. Just like Johnny Gill.
It starts with Chris Jones, and then it's Trent McDuffie, and then it's Nick Bolton. That's the minds behind the defense, and Jane Hicks.
Okay, so maybe he's Ricky Bell then.
On the back end.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't forget about Big 95 now. I think 95 the star. 95 is still the star of the defense now.
Okay, let's throw New Edition out. Okay, he doesn't have to be like the lead singer. That's what I'm saying. He just every once in a while he get the lead.
I didn't mean to blow up your analogy, country. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He like Paul on the Temptations. He ain't got to lead every song, but he can dance his ass off. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry, what you got?
One of my biggest things with Justin was I appreciated. Of course, I appreciate him for his time all the time. Being that guy, as soon as we lost Honey Badger, he came in and he had to, quote unquote, that guy on the safety room. I don't know. But my biggest thing about him was the 2 things I appreciated him the most was one, his run support, because that's what he was really good at. He was definitely great downhill tackling, and especially helping out in the run. And the second one was mentorship. I think that Brian Cook would be a better DB. I know some people don't like Brian Cook, but I feel like he would have helped mentor Brian a little bit more had Brian not gotten on the field. I wouldn't say they would protect the play, but I think that he probably would have helped a little bit more.
Speaking of Brian Cook, are y'all off the? A lot of people jumped off Brian Cook last year.
He's got and Brian Cook was another guy coming back from injury. That's a big piece. But
nobody talks about the.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Brian Cook's
his foot was facing that way. It wasn't supposed to.
It's like after.
It feels like. Sorry. Go ahead.
Like after the first few weeks watching Brian Cook, I was like, yeah, this may take a year to fully get back, if that. So
And I
We
thought
just
you
had to
saw
go
some
through it.
improvement from him over the course of the season. But the safety rotation in general is going to be interesting. I think that, funny enough, I think that Jaden Hicks is installed as the star that they're going to trust on a consistent basis to be a part of that defense. I feel like they have shown that last year and what they've done coming into this year. Where Brian Cook and, in my opinion, Shamari Connor and Mike Edwards fall into that rotation is going to be very fascinating because there's an argument that Mike Edwards is still your best free safety type as far as that room is concerned. Maybe it's not even an argument. That's just maybe just a fact.
Like your
I
best
think
ball hawking safety.
Yeah. I think Shamari Connor still has a lot to offer that hasn't been tapped into because you've tried to pigeonhole him so terribly into this slot role that he did not play well in. But all of the things that you saw from him his rookie year, the versatility, there's a lot that I think is untapped there. And then Brian Cook is a guy that's been in this defense for the last 3 years, going on 4 now, who you've seen play well since his rookie year and continue to make plays for you and been solid, before the injury from that standpoint. So how that room shakes out is going to be very fascinating, and the filling out process of it early on, I think is going to be a big thing to watch.
And Cook can lay that lumber. Pause. Like he
No,
can give you a big hit that could energize the entire defense.
I mean, Jaden Hicks can do the same thing too. I mean, we saw it with
but we seen Cook like lay some guys.
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm just saying we got more than one guy that can do that though. That's my point.
Yeah, I'm curious what they do with Shamari and Najee Johnson because they play out of position or they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing last year. They shouldn't even been put in that position.
They're going to play Najee at corner again. It seems like based on what we've heard out of
over who though.
No, I don't think it's going to be over anybody, but it just seems like he's going to be cornerback 5, I suppose.
Is it going to be special teams, bro?
If everybody's healthy, I don't think it's even rotational, but I think he is going to be considered cornerback 5, and he's not going to factor into the safety. But I agree with you.
That'd be interesting to watch.
He's a special teamer again.
Yeah, he'll be a gunner.
How did anybody in here subscribe to We Need Jair Alexander? Or did we all? Okay.
Absolutely not.
A lot of people are saying he ain't cornerback 1 anymore. He's more like a cornerback 2 at this point.
He definitely ain't cornerback 1 no more. He in the hot.
It depends on how you feel about him after the injuries and stuff, and if you really trust him as far as this. Because I don't think they have any appetite to bring in a corner, regardless. So that's really what it comes down to.
That's all. Yeah,
and I think that there's a good argument for what they've done in that position coming into this year.
Like us getting Christian Fulton and Nolan Williams, as well as still having guys coming back again, like what we say with Shamar. Like Shamar.
I'm sorry, I said Najee Johnson is wide receiver 5, cornerback 5.
Cornerback 5.
But I guess he technically is cornerback 6 because you would still maybe have Williams over him. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of where it is. Like, if you add in a Jair Alexander, don't you feel like you're taking away a lot of needed snaps from these young guys like Noel, like Josh, like Shamar, like you're taking a lot of roles from these younger guys. And I mean, bringing in Jair, isn't Jair like 30 or 31?
Yeah, I think he just turned.
Is he 31?
He's 30.
So who would be your position to shine? Like,
he's 28.
He's 28. He's still
you put Trent in a position to shine. You're gonna put Jaden Hicks in a position to shine. Who else are you adding to that list?
I mean, I still think that Watson is going to get the first crack at cornerback 2, or I guess the cornerback 1 on the outside, I suppose. But are you just saying in the secondary?
Yeah. I'm just talking.
No, I think that those are the two. I think that Trent McDuffie, because of what they've invested in that outside corner, is going to be able to be the joker, star, whatever, that chess piece that Steve Spagnuolo can use to his maximum effectiveness according to his scheme, whether it's following guy he wants him to follow, whether it's consistently being in the slot if he wants him to be there, being able to be all of the versatile that he brings to the table, play outside if he so chooses, depending on the matchup, or if you're playing a 12 personnel heavy team. So I think that's the big thing. And then the secondary piece is Jaden Hicks because of how much they moved him around and had him do different things last year.
So are we carrying 5 or 6? Are we carrying 6 DBs?
I would.
I think it's going to be
DBs. It would be 9.
I mean, not DBs, but corners. My bad.
Yeah, 6 corners. Yeah.
If you're counting Najee, 6.
I'm about to say Nazee's probably gonna be the last one, if anybody.
Both
and
Williams, Fulton, McDuffie, Watson, and Nazi.
Hey, and to all the fans, stop holding on to that 7 wide receivers. It was a mystified. It was a mystical dragon that you only see. It was a shooting star. It was a comet that you only see every 85 years. Stop holding on to that. It's not.
Yeah, it was out of desperation.
That shit is dead. I see a lot of fans like, are we going to keep 6 or 7 wide receivers? 7 was an absolute minority for real. So, being that D-Mac is on here, D-Mac is only here so he can say Kingsley's last name. So, how did y'all feel about? How did y'all feel about Kingsley and his growth and his progression and what y'all heard today from?
I like the fact that Suamataia, there you go, did say that he moved into guard. And my biggest thing was that after what happened last year, not destroying his confidence, but he talked about the fact that he played that game in Denver, felt good coming out of it, got some praise from Zach Allen, who is a beast for that Denver defensive line, and went into the offseason and attacked it accordingly. And that's really it. And I started off the offseason saying, like, I wanted them to have Kingsley be set at left tackle. But the fact that they started the offseason and saying, Kingsley, you're going to kick inside at guard. This is going to be your future. No misunderstanding, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is where you're going to go. And just got it into his mindset that that's where he was going to start out with. I think that's a good thing. And I think that's going to serve him well. And, this is something I continue to say. He had the athleticism to go and play left tackle, and he would have been in the upper tier as far as athleticism was concerned there. He is in the upper, 1% or whatever, 5% as far as athleticism at guard. And you talk about being able to be athletic, getting out in space, being a puller, being out there on screens, if he can be solid, obviously, on the normal things down to down and bringing that pass protection skill that he already had, then I think that he can be a good guard option for us, or at least serviceable, which is at the very least what I'm looking for, depending on maybe, I guess, what happens with the left tackle, situation. But I think that it's a good thing that he embraced it, but we won't know anything until Pats come on and we get some tape. But I'm glad that they started off the offseason saying this is what you're going to do, and he embraced it from day one.
Let me ask this question before I forget, Trey. Hold on. With all the attention on Simmons, does that somehow allow Jalen Moore to just quietly just get better every day? Because the attention is not even on him. Like, everybody's talking about Josh. Josh did this. Oh, Josh looks like a left tackle. Travis is on the podcast talking about Josh. Is Jalen Moore just sitting there like, man, damn, I'm pretty good too? Or is he just like, all right, I see what y'all saying. Let me just go and because we haven't heard anything about Jalen Moore
since that opening press conference. I don't know. Maybe he's the type of guy that takes it to heart and uses extra motivation. I'm not sure. But the reality situation is I don't think the outside noise really matters all that much specifically to this team. Nothing is going to matter until they put these pads on and guys get hit. Now, the thing I will say is this. What they have continued to say and everything that they've talked about as far as Josh Simmons is concerned, and the level of talent that Josh Simmons is. I don't know if Jalen Moore is winning that battle if they end up if Josh Simmons is healthy from day one in training camp. Jalen Moore is going to have to perform his ass off to be able to win that left tackle job. Now, does it happen? Very possible. And again, more competition is better than less from that standpoint. So we're going to have to see. But I don't think outside noise really factors in too much as far as that's concerned. But hey, Jalen Moore wants to take it to heart and use an extra motivation. Sure, why not?
Bro, like if Josh Simmons is cleared for full contact and all that, bro, Jalen Moore, he not getting that job, bro. They probably gonna start Josh week 1, dog.
I ain't mad.
I will continue to say this. Don't do it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice and expecting a different result. If you start Josh Simmons, do not freaking pull him. Don't get.
Oh no, you can't do that.
I've been saying that.
You play him. And you play him. If he gets hurt, then he gets hurt. You play him and you go through the growing pains. Do not pull him. Yeah. Because you cannot invest the 32nd overall pick in that guy and pull him like you did Kingsley. Because that would be malpractice. You can't do malpractice at left tackle 2 years in a row.
Thank you for putting it eloquently, because that's what I've been trying to say since he got drafted. If you put him in, You can't pull him. You got to keep him there. You're stuck.
And that's exactly how we felt about Kingsley, and nobody had that same type of mentality. I get it; he wasn't the greatest, but yeah, it is what it is. But I'm not about to repeat myself because I've been saying this shit for probably like 6 months now. But yeah,
that's why Trey. That's why I wouldn't rush him at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I even if he's cleared week 1, I still would wait till week 4 to clear him again.
Yeah, that's why there's
I want you to be clear, transparent, clear. I want to see all through that. I want to see everything. You don't got to be 100%. You need to be 157%. I need to see. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not. I know people think I'm hating on the kid. I'm not. I just got to see it at 1,000% because once you go to him, you can't do what you did last year. Thank God that Kingsley is good enough to be or athletic enough to transition over to guard. Because if he wasn't, that would be a wasted pick sitting out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of
that's why there's an argument to start more. But based on how they handled it last year and the investment that they have in Simmons and the talent that Simmons is, I don't think they care. People would say otherwise, and why that'd be a mistake. But I just if you're gonna start him and leave him there. Please just do that.
More like at least I get a ring out of this shit. Ring and $14 million is cool.
Even if he doesn't start this year, and I truly believe the best case scenario for the Chiefs this year, as far as offensive line is concerned, that Kingsley is set at left guard, and Josh Simmons is healthy and plays a representative season at left tackle. And if both those things happen, then that's great. And Jalen Moore being a backup for this year is fine because you need a swing tackle, and ultimately he can be prepared to be the right tackle when Jawan Taylor gets cut next offseason. And I think that is the best possible outcome for the Chiefs in their long-term plan.
Is Wanye a member of the team?
Yeah, they'll carry forward. I mean, he'll be in a battle with Driscoll, though.
I'm like, hold on, I get it.
I mean, I'm just saying, if Josh Simmons is the starter, and then you got Jalen Moore, what do you do with? Because Wanye kind of looked good at right guard in the Denver game, right? Didn't he play right guard in the Denver game? He played right tackle.
Yeah, him and Driscoll will be in competition for the last tackle spot.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He should. I think he should win it, but that's just me. To go back to the Kingsley thing, I was definitely going to agree with what Max said, which was basically you want to make sure you have a guy that's adaptive, coachable, and just basically the confidence is unwavering. Because, I mean, he had every right to feel like this team doesn't believe in me. I don't know. Like, if I was him, that's probably why he's doing this and I'm not, is because of the fact that he's setting over there his confidence, his willing to be coachable, and the guy is always willing to be adaptive and play whatever possession he needs to and help this team win. I just think that that you got to give him praise for that. I hope that he wins this left guard position, because if he doesn't, I don't want to have to deal with this conversation. But I mean, I just kind of want.
It's gonna be a hard conversation.
Yeah, that's
definitely gonna be hard. Let me ask this question before I forget. I'm sorry, Trey.
Good.
If I'm of the thing of the belief that I'm gonna hold out Simmons till week 6, does that present? How does that look from you from a fan standpoint? Does it look like I'm protecting him? Does it look like I'm scared? Does it look like I'm just super cautious? Like, how does that feel to you as a fan?
Wait,
or is that a smart move? Or is that
what?
How would you feel as a fan? Even though it doesn't matter because they're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. But I'm saying, what type of mind state does that put you in as a fan?
If Simmons starts?
If I hold him back from, like, what is our first week? Philly, Giants,
our first
Chargers. If I kind of like hold him back and then, all right, week 7, okay, now he's ready. I'm ready to put him out. As a fan, does it look like I'm scared? Does it look like I'm nervous, or I'm just being super cautious? Or is that a smart move? Well, like, I mean, how would you judge that move?
Fans will interpret it however they want to, I suppose. I would be fine.
I mean, it don't, in the end, it don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm just asking.
but no, I think that personally I would be fine with it because I think that Moore can give you representative left tackle play, and if you want to take it slower with Simmons, I think that's fine. Again, just don't do the opposite. Don't put Simmons out there and then yank him.
Throw him out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the once you throw him in that fire, bro, you got to cook. It's like there's nothing else you can do, bro.
That's really what it comes out to. You got just sink or swim. Throw him in
I'm
there,
not-
and you got to learn.
I'm not gonna complain about the left tackle position. Like if Jalen Moore start out week 1, then cool, and you bring Simmons later on, cool. But like we all saying, like we all agree in this room, once you throw Simmons out there, you can't go
You're
back.
not moving from it. Like
That's
Dang,
the only win-loss situation if you put him out there and then pull him back.
yeah.
Everything else is a win-win. Okay, Jalen Moore's in there. Jalen Moore's playing good. That's a fucking win. You know what I'm saying? But if you put Simmons in there and then God forbid he doesn't look great, you can't pull him. He just gotta wear it.
Keep it going. And that's my biggest thing is like I don't, as a fan, I'd rather take a half a year, 3/4 a year, or a full year of growing pains of him to potentially needing a little extra help. Like I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with he's getting his ass whooped. Beach or whoever, not Beach, but Andy or Andy Hegg or whoever the case may be says we got to pull him, or else this is going to get bad, because it's going to get bad if you pull him in general, because not only does that show that's back-to-back years that you're not caring about your young offensive lineman, but you're trying so hard to keep them from going through these pains. But what we understand is that these tackles, they've gone through these pains, and that's how they are becoming so great of a tackle.
Yeah, it's like having a kid and like protecting them from the world, and then he get out in the world, he start wilding out. You like, damn, why are you wilding out? Because you ain't let him out here. You need to be out here to experience this and walk around in it and fall every once in a while and scrape up his knee. You know what I'm saying? So. We always get on to Josh Simmons, and it's always like a 30-minute conversation. It's just
Boog be in here swelling.
Boogie would be in here going crazy. What do you mean? Week one, damn it.
I mean, that's the number one thing about it is like my whole entire persona about Josh has changed. It's not really just Josh as a player; it's just his injury and whatnot. But I mean, the thing about it is literally like this is going to be an offensive lineman. This is the offensive lineman that I plan on protecting the blind side of my quarterback for the next over 6 years. Then I need to be able to know that, he's going to be taken care of, and you're going to have to trust that not only is this front office, but this medical staff, but this coaching staff, they're all looking out for what's best for him. I mean, if I got to watch a couple clips of him getting his ass beat by George or Charles or whoever the hell on a one-on-one for now to ensure that he's not getting his ass beat in January, I'm fine.
I like the fact that they said, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, they said the same thing about Kingsley going up against Chris Jones.
That's what I was about to add.
Continue to get tested, man. It's a good thing, and iron sharpens iron. So.
When is mandatory mandatory minicamp, Joe?
Next week.
Next week.
Yep.
Okay, so we had OTAs. OTAs is over, right? It's all the way over.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so I got a question. A little fun exercise.
All right.
My boy Alex Smith was at camp or OTAs the other day.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm gonna say this: all former players. Let's build like a coaching staff of former players. So running back coach, Jamal or Priest?
Probably Priest.
I'm gonna say Priest.
You can't teach Jamal's acceleration, so I'll say Priest.
Right.
I know. Yeah, we just saying coach him up.
No, I'm just saying I think Priest would probably be a better running
Jamal back. Hey, you can't do that. I can do that.
I will go try and come out there and run again.
I would say Jamal because he can help as far as the receiving aspect of it. And I think obviously in the context of an Andy Reid offense, assuming that you're still running the same scheme, I think that would make sense.
Hey,
Yeah.
Priest was good at catching those screens too. Now
He
He
was.
Man, Priest was
Well,
a beast,
understanding
man.
the finer points of it, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say me mostly just because of like he's been out of the game sooner, so he knows a little bit of what it is still, and he probably has the appeal. Like again, they both were effective pass catchers, but I mean Jamal when he got out to that boundary, bro, you ain't stopping him. But I just still think I think that Jamal would still be able to teach him a little bit better. And really teach him a little bit more antics. So I'm gonna rock with Jamal. I love Priest.
What about wide receiver coach? Debo or Dante Hall?
Debo.
Oh, Devo.
I didn't like what I was
want
getting.
Eddie
I was
Kennison
like,
here.
Debo.
I rather have Eddie Kennison
would be
two.
Eddie Kennison would be a great choice for me.
But yeah, I'm going with Debo.
I'm going with Derrick Johnson for linebackers. I'm going with Tamba Ali for my D line.
Mhm.
Corners. I kind of want to go Brandon Flowers for my corners. Marcus Peters would be fun just
No.
for the press
No,
conferences.
absolutely not.
No.
No.
Just for press
Absolutely not.
conferences alone. Like I would
Absolutely.
be.
I don't need
not.
Marcus Peters teaching corner. Nothing.
Don't even look. No, don't even walk in the building. Don't. No.
I probably would have to say Brandon Flowers. I probably would have to say that.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, y'all want my answer? I'm going with Jerry Sneed.
That's not bad. He's still playing though.
Yeah, I'm about to say
I
he's still
guess.
playing.
I think
though.
he's saying retired.
Yeah, if you're saying retired.
Yeah, like former Chiefs player retired.
I mean,
Snead ain't a bad answer though.
I
They
mean,
would listen to Snead.
do we want to go with Ty Law or Darrell Revis?
Oh, what?
That's like us saying, let's go get.
They are
Matt
former
Sertan.
Chiefs.
Let's go get.
They
Matt
are
Sertan
former
Sr.
Chiefs.
Probably have the most to teach.
I'm about to
Listen,
say,
I would
or
love
we
to tie
will-
Law
we will
here.
do Matt Sertan Sr. and be like, hey, you taught his son.
That's the thing.
Why not?
I'm going with Alex as my quarterback coach.
He's the Mahomes.
Tony Gonzalez as tight end coach. Sounds too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be your online coach?
Mitch, probably.
Mitch.
Wait, hold on.
Tim Grunhard is a good one.
We're gonna do guards, centers, tackles.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing because there is something to be said about the differences as far as interior offensive line and honestly, just get the Schwartz brothers. You get Jeff and Mitch. They both take care of it. There you go.
Jeff and Mitch. You got it.
I'm about to say Will Shields. He's still training young offensive lineman.
He is.
Isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Will Shields was Will Shields.
Yeah.
And Dustin Colquitt as my
I'll
special
say
teams coach.
He did just retire, so Mitch Morse. Shout out
Mitch
to Mitch
might
Morse.
be able to help out.
Shout out to Mitch Morse.
Congratulations, Mitch.
Hey, bro, Mitch Morse, I thought his career was over when he left because he had like what 3 concussions.
Yeah, man. Like, cause that's the thing. Because Mitch
It
was
was
always a
it was
good
getting
player.
kind of bad. It was getting kind of
could never
ugly
stay
out
on the
there.
field.
Right, exactly.
Huh?
Because he was always a good player. He kept
No, he
himself
was
getting concussions.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay
He's
on
like-
the field.
Concussion. Like, bro, what?
And even still, he was really good his last year here. And
He really was.
I'm glad he got that payment. I'm glad Jacksonville was able to take care of it.
I low key was rooting for Rodney Hudson to come back when Morse left, but
I know
shit,
you
we
were.
got Kareem Humphrey, so I'll take
A lot of
that.
people were.
Rodney's still good.
Yeah, right.
Is he still playing?
Did he
not
retire
playing still.
too?
he
I
retired.
think he just retired.
Okay,
Like,
I was.
Fairly certain.
Who's the guy that just retired in Detroit? Frank
Yeah,
Ragnow?
Ragnow, yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to
Kareem
figure out-
Humphrey is
I
now
think
the
he
best
plays
center in the league, right?
And undisputedly, yes.
I was about to say, yeah, I want to bring in
Undisputed best.
Mike Vrabel to
Undisputed
be an
best.
assistant DC or assistant D line coach.
He would
Who,
be
Mike
my
Vrabel?
defensive coordinator for sure. Actually, Mike Vrabel would be the best option to be the head coach.
I wouldn't be mad about if Andy. Somebody did ask how long Andy Reid got left. I think Andy Reid's going to play out. His contract was just 5 more years. But Vrabel would be on my list.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of situations because
Oh, my
People
bad.
did
How
ask
could I
me
not? How could I not say friend of the show, Jeremy Macklin is wide receiver coach? Tripping.
Yeah,
J-Mac was good.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah.
especially because Andy Reid trusted him to do a lot as far as the wide receiver position was concerned. So I
That's
do
some
like
facts.
J-Mac
was-
as wide receiver coach for sure.
He used the most out of him.
But yeah, I mean, the post Andy Reid talk. I still think he got, like I said, Andy Reid has coached his entire life to have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. So I don't think he will let go anytime soon.
You don't want to
Yeah. Andy Reid gonna try to hang around for his entire career, it seems.
Hold on, for dear life.
Okay, so yes or no? Would you bring back Bob Sutton as a senior assistant?
Hell no.
Chuck, what's your next question?
Are you being for real? Like,
Chuck, what's your
is
next
you
question?
cool? Wait, so are we agreeing that who's going to be the
Listen,
kicker?
I'm gonna tell you right
Wait, who's the
now.
kicker?
Hold on. No, hold on, Trey.
Dustin Colquitt would be the special teams.
No, real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, country. If I'm seeing the same crap from this passing game this upcoming season, I'm about to treat Matt Nagy like Bob Sutton. So dirty, dog. Telling you right now.
Bob Sutton, Matt Nagy?
Yes, he gonna be Bob Sutton territory. If I see the same crap on offense,
it's not his fault, but he doesn't actually have control of the offense.
He helps with the game planning, like how Bieniemy helped with the game planning. D-Mac, come on, man.
But
come on, man.
It's still not Bob Sutton level.
Yeah, I'm like, you is the manager trying to tell the manager how to run his job.
Look, I don't give a damn. I'm not seeing the same Patrick Mahomes I was accustomed to seeing these past few years, bro.
We'll see.
Have a left tackle that doesn't exist out there, and actually give him his wide receiver one, and we'll see what happens.
Right, yeah, hopefully that's healthy. That's all I'm saying. If everybody's healthy, if I'm seeing the same stuff, I'm on his head. Pause.
We really low key ran back the same team we had last year. This is really the same team with a couple of new pieces.
We've added a lot of depth as far as corner is concerned. I think we have a better chance at a pass rush. Our pass rush with our four-man pass rush still wasn't good to end the year. I do think that we'll see. I think the running backs are basically about the same. As far as the wide receivers, yeah, we ran it back, but I think that was a good thing considering it's only injury that held them back, in my opinion. And then the offensive line changes, which I think are fine bets to make ultimately. But we'll see. Joe Tooney is a massive loss, and we got to figure out how we can make up for that. But if you get representative left tackle play and representative left guard play, then I think it'll be good.
And like Andy Reid said that Kingsley's picking up things better at left guard. We'll see how that goes in training camp and preseason and all that. Like we said, we just wait until the pads and the helmet gets thrown on, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. After last year, I have the least trust in the offensive line. How the coaching of the offensive line.
I don't blame you.
They killed us last year, bro. I don't know what that was. I don't know who panicked. I don't know whose call that was. Even stuff came out about the Super Bowl of I didn't want Tooney doing that. I wanted Tooney over here. I wanted somebody like even that was crazy last year. So it's hard to trust them. At least we got St. Joe and we can watch it and see for ourselves. But right now, I mean, even that last year, Kingsley was they bigged up Kingsley from the day he got here to week 2. And then it was like
I think
this ain't it.
Annoying ones though. I think this is going to be one of our more annoying training camps. Like if you're in person, because so many people got so many different perspectives. If something ain't going the exact way it's going to go, if you're sitting out there, you're going to hear somebody say something might be out of the like off the.
That's why you got unbiased people like D-Mac.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the scope is gonna be.
D-Mac ain't got no dogs in the fight. He gonna tell her how it is.
The scope is gonna be on Kingsley's training camp. Training camp preseason, the scope is gonna be on Kingsley.
I bet
that's why we got shows like
you won't learn anything from Kingsley at training camp though. That's just the reality.
Yeah, I know. But preseason, preseason, like preseason reps, yeah, for sure.
Preseason is gonna be tough for the offensive line. You can see some cornerback stuff as far as that's concerned, especially when you're talking about these guys that we've added to the cornerback room. How much is being put on the safety room plate, and then hey, how do the wide receivers look? Because somebody asked the question earlier about what wide receivers are on the chopping block. I think that Nico Remigio's spot is maybe not as secure as people think it is, or maybe
I agree with
fans
that.
would feel like it is.
I agree with that.
He's got some good competition from what you've seen from Tyquan Thornton. Obviously, Elijah Badger coming in as UDFA, so he's gonna get pushed for that last spot. So
please don't bring up his name no more. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm tired of it.
I seen a highlight of him, and it was
apparently he got a nice catch from Mahomes today. So shout out to more, man. He's not making
I'm
his
gonna say
team.
this,
But
bro.
Josh is coming.
If you're gonna upload a picture of a guy catching the ball, at least make sure the catch counted or would work in the NFL.
Travis Hunter.
No, it wasn't. It was Travis.
Oh,
it was a guy from Clemson, but it was a catch that you can't do in the NFL, so it wouldn't have counted.
I didn't see that.
It's like I give Brad a lot of shit, but Brad, if you're gonna say Mahomes is Superman, at least put a highlight of him completing the pass, not a. I don't know why people love that highlight so much.
It was a Superman throw.
It was.
I know, but he didn't complete it.
It's not his fault. Darrell Williams let the ball hit his face mask.
Yeah, I was just about to say the pass was on target, bro.
He got Superman passes, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was as pinpoint as it could be. If that's a wide receiver, that's a catch.
Bro, it was literally went through.
I
his
know,
hands,
but
bro.
he got passes that have been completed that look Superman like.
Yeah, but that one in particular, that was crazy. He hit it right in the hands, bro.
Nah,
that
he
was
hit him right in the face.
He
hit him right in the face.
He threw
I just don't like talking about Tampa Bay. That game. Nobody wants to talk about
I don't like talking about that Super Bowl either, but that throw was ridiculous.
Any Super Bowl we lose.
So Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh. How y'all feel about that?
Another 9 wins. Shout out to Pittsburgh.
This might be the first time Mike Tomlin doesn't go at 500 or above.
Yeah, this will be the first time.
Damn, you think Aaron gonna do him that dirty?
I think the Steelers are gonna get over 500, but if they don't, Chuck is gonna have the nastiest tweeting spree.
I'm gonna have a field day.
He is going to.
He already got it loaded up. Already knows.
He is going to push agendas to an incredible degree.
What's going on?
As soon as they hear the Pittsburgh not making the playoff, boop.
I got Pittsburgh winning like 10, 11 games and then leaving in the first round of the playoff.
Chuck, what would make you happier between these three things? If LeBron retired tomorrow, if Caitlin Clark missed the playoffs, or if Aaron Rodgers finished under 500?
LeBron retired easily. He gotta go. He gotta go.
I'm rooting
he
for
making
that too.
himself worse. Every time he talks through a microphone, he's making it worse. Sit down, please.
I don't know why I'm not surprised.
I'm trying to save you, LeBron. Sit down. Just sit down.
Chuck, you never know what you might miss until it's gone, though. You never know what you might miss.
Right. He ain't gonna need to watch the NBA once LeBron leaves.
Bro, no, he's gonna throw a party for every offseason that happens while he's retired. That's what's gonna happen.
Speaking of the finals tonight, are they playing tonight?
No, tomorrow.
No, not
tomorrow
night.
There's an off day in between.
So
shut up.
Look, I know it's a football podcast, but it is a big event. Is OKC in trouble?
Yes.
No.
Define trouble.
Meaning, if they don't win tomorrow, it's done with, right?
So I think
absolutely.
I think the winner of Game 4 wins the series. Either way, I think if the Pacers lose, then the Thunder win the series. If the Pacers win, then the Pacers win the series. I still slightly do favor the Thunder to win the series.
I said OKC in 6, so.
I mean, that's what I said too.
I had it in 5 before. I'll say that. So shout out to the Pacers already proving me wrong.
It sounds like the Pacers heard the chatter.
I did think that this was going to be a really good series, though. I will say that because I thought all the games were going to be entertaining because of the level of play that the Pacers had, and now it looks like it's going to be a long series, I should say. From that series.
I definitely said OKC in 6, but I warned people. I said, bro, this Pacers team can run with OKC. Like they are conditioned to run up and down the court.
The fact that I looked at it and it was halftime and the bench points was favoring Indiana by over 13.
Mathurin was going crazy.
Mathurin had
crazy yesterday.
A career year.
Hey Chuck, who are you hiring to coach the Knicks next year?
That is a loaded question right now.
I don't know.
Everybody else turning them down. Like they got
Billy
Donovan, Jason Kidd. Who else?
I am so happy that James Dolan has come back to the Knicks so he can ruin them. I love it. I love it so much.
He over there.
Are you part of that conspiracy theory?
I love it so much. There's no reason why they would have done it otherwise. This is James Dolan all over again. I promise you, he's got his hand all in this because they had no plan. if you're going out there, if you fire somebody, and then all of a sudden you're spending the next 2 weeks asking other people if they can hire people away from you, then you have no plan. You have no plan for the position.
I can't argue with the situation.
Just hoping for the best.
All right, 1-on-1, Lance versus Beasley was great. Did y'all watch that? It was cool.
It was a lot of fun. But Beasley is too large and also just he's unorthodox. He is a really good 1-on-1 player. So shout out to Beasley, man.
All right, so who's your matchup, D-Mac? Who's your matchup?
Beasley cooked.
Who's your 1v1?
Just in history, or
let's do all timer. Who D-Mac gonna drop $50 on to see 1-on-1?
If I'm saying all time, probably like Bird versus KD, because I think that would be really fun.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's probably my brand of matchup.
You better play some defense because it's Bird.
And then like T-Mac versus Melo would be fun if you're talking about maybe lesser guys or like Hall of Famers from that perspective. And everybody's gonna give you the standard MJ versus Kobe or whatever. Like that would obviously you would pay for that, but those would probably be my two that I would give that would be kind of fun to watch. Those are two I'd pay to watch.
Good matchups for sure. I'm gonna chime in real quick before I go to my matchups because Michael Beasley, he oversold this match, bro. Like Beasley said all kinds of pause-worthy stuff leading up to this one-on-one
Beasley was
game,
bugging
bro.
on the promo, bro. He was bugging on the promo.
He was tweaking on that, bro. He said, I'm gonna have you shaking ass, Lance.
It was very sexual for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my tap shoes on. I'm gonna tap all over that dance floor, nigga.
Yeah.
He was doing the
real
most.
sexual, baby. Real hot. What?
It's like, what are we doing, bro? Like,
It's crazy.
Hey, Lance Stevenson did blow in LeBron's ear, so he might be into that type of stuff.
He sure did.
He did. Willingly, too.
Chuck, who's your matchup?
all right.
Stupid.
All time for me, man. I mean, Jordan versus Kobe. I mean, obviously, all time. As far as current players, man, I want to see Kyrie. I want to see Kyrie and Shea. Current players.
Kyrie will cook him. Chris, I would like to see that one as well.
D-Mac was so quick with that. He said Kyrie will cook him.
D-Mac,
I do not think that there is a guard in the league today that Kyrie would not destroy in a one-on-one.
That's a fact.
It was Trey. Who you got, bro?
All time, I'll probably say Hakeem versus Shaq. I mean,
you want some two big men? Go at it, Paul.
Yeah, these are two of the most dominant big men in all of basketball.
I would like to see. I would
him,
like to see Hakeem versus Jokic specifically.
Hakeem would really destroy Jokic.
Yeah, Hakeem would.
Man,
yeah, Jokic has a lot of counters.
Yeah, he does.
Hakeem disciplined though.
He is.
Currently, I would really like to see. Shit, this will really be an interesting battle. I would probably say Ant versus Ja. Like I kind of like that. I like that matchup. I think that it's going to be a lot of explosiveness, and his ability to create off the dribble, and Ja's ability to be athletic and get to the cut. It would be a very interesting game.
That'd be a lot of trash talking too.
That would be. I love trash talking.
I feel like Ant would be him.
I kind of want to say Pippen versus LeBron. I think that would be kind of interesting. But
you favorite right?
Give me Scotty all day. Give me Scottie Pippen all day.
Do you know the things that LeBron would do to Scottie Pippen?
What? That would be a close game, bro.
Pause. Like,
that would be a close game, bro.
It wouldn't be a walk in the park for LeBron.
He would do
exactly. They both have the same mentality. It would definitely be a close game.
I like that matchup because like LeBron is like Magic and Pippen, the evolution of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about Grant Hill but Grant Hill's too small for LeBron.
What about Grant Hill versus Penny Hardaway?
It's LeBron.
What about
James.
that matchup?
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
I was thinking of
No
somebody.
injuries?
I was thinking of somebody to go against KG because I think KG is always one of the more kind of slept on players.
I don't care who KG play. I'm just playing to hear him talk. I'm just
KG
I'm
versus
paying my
Rasheed
money.
Look, baby.
I just want to hear him talk shit. I don't even want to. I don't care who.
I just saw that clip too. I just saw that clip of him and him talking about Mike because he was like,
KG and Giannis would be very interesting.
KG versus Rasheed Wallace would be interesting too.
KG would.
There might be a fight by the end of that.
Bro, hey, no time out. Rasheed Wallace was he handling his own, bro, against all those power forwards, dog.
KG would destroy Rasheed.
No, you better go back and watch them matchups, bro. Rasheed Wallace was holding his own against KG.
Bro, let me get
young KG.
The KG MVP KG, he would destroy.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one, and Matt gonna laugh at me. Let me get because this month was really talking. Give me Jordan against Rashad McCants because there's no way this dude really was talking.
Oh my god!
Ain't no way. Jordan against Rashad McCants.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
What did he say about Jordan? He said something about Jordan.
Yeah, he said he beat Jordan.
He said he's on the same level as Jordan when he was at Carolina. I said
that boy nutty as hell. That boy nutty as hell.
He wasn't even on freshman Jordan level. How was he on? Rashad McCants is.
I mean, McCants was a bucket in college, but come on, man. No.
Give me prime Jesus Shuttlesworth versus Shea. That'd be a fun match.
Man, Ray Allen killing that, bro.
You said versus who?
Shea.
Oh man, Jesus Shuttlesworth.
You talking about Milwaukee Bucks, Ray Allen?
I'm talking about Seattle Supersonics, Ray.
Supersonics.
So that's even.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who I would put Latrell Sprewell against, man. That would be fun. Golden State Latrell. He was different. Anyway.
Sprewell versus Mitch Richmond, maybe?
I need somebody who gonna match with D Wade because I'm still putting I think
this KG would destroy Sean Kemp too. Versus Wade.
Yeah, he would Sean.
I'll agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
Wade versus Allen would be fun
Wade
as well.
Versus Allen.
Yeah, Milwaukee, Ray Allen for sure. Or Sonics, either one.
Oh, what's my boy name? Drazen Petrovic. I would put Petro versus D Wade.
No, Wade would still kill him, but Drazen would just be fun because he just how many shots can you make in a row before he has to give the ball up. But Wade versus Clyde Drexler, but I think Wade would still beat him.
I think I get my money on D Wade.
A lot of people would like to see Wade versus Harden.
Man, Wade would destroy that, man.
I think Wade
would. James Harden?
Yeah, Wade would destroy.
Yeah, he ain't playing no defense. He ain't gonna even get the ball.
A lot of people believe that Harden is better.
I heard that.
I don't understand that, but okay.
Man.
D Wade was different.
I would pay money to see Wade beat Harden in that discussion.
I would lit there right there, popcorn in my hand, saying D Wade about to kick your ass straight in.
Do Francis versus Marbury.
Ooh, that's tough.
Ooh,
that's a tough one right there.
How about Steve Nash versus Jay Will? I'm against White Sox.
I ain't trying to see no Steve Nash playing 1-on-1.
Yeah,
that's just
you kind of left me.
Was it bad?
I watched that.
I ain't trying to see Steve Nash playing 1-on-1.
They can do it
too.
You mentioned
Steve Nash and Stoudemire versus Giannis and who's the guard out there?
Dame. Jesus.
Dame?
Penny
Dame?
versus Day Kid would be fun too.
You said
what happened to Dame, man? Dame just he got his Space Jam powers taken out. What the hell happened to Dame?
I knew that trade was a mistake, bro. Like
nobody said Kawhi either. Y'all wouldn't put Kawhi against nobody?
Kawhi versus Pippen.
Yeah.
Kawhi destroyed Pippen.
Yeah, you said
I think Kawhi would destroy Pippen, bro.
I think it'd be closer.
You kind of sleep on Pippen, bro.
Bro,
Pippen, you want to do a whole bunch of both crash outs?
He's like the first 5-tool basketball player. Like,
let's have Dennis Rodman against Draymond Green just for the fuck of it.
Anyway, Chuck,
Hey,
go
man,
to our sponsors.
Robin would kill Draymond Green. Robin would kill Draymond Green,
Prime
dog.
Draymond?
What? Come on, man.
Nah, I'm playing.
Oh, man.
I definitely like. I think that there's a lot of like. One of the things like what Max says, like people really think Harden is better than Wade, and I've been saying like I think people really forgot how good D Wade really was in his prime. Like you're talking about a guy who had 3-level scoring. Like he was able to kill you from inside, mid range, and three. I mean, and he was only able to
Who
take.
think Harden better than Wade though? That's crazy.
I
That's
would
real
think
A lot of
crazy.
people, bro.
And
A lot of
a
people
few-
saying that, dog.
I don't know who it was, but people really did believe that.
Not beardless Harden. We talking about beard Harden. We ain't talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder Harden, are we?
They're talking
Nah,
about
we talking about
OKC.
Houston Rockets.
They're talking about Houston. Jay.
Oh,
Houston
okay. He was
Rockets on.
nice, but
Yeah,
man,
but
Wade
nah, he
is-
still ain't messing with Wade, bro.
yeah, Wade
Wade's
cook his ass.
Yeah, Wade's mentality was different, bro. James Harden, he ain't got that dog like that, bro. So, but
We
anyhow,
can do a
man.
battle role players too. Okay.
But anyhow, man, let's go ahead and pay some bills real quick, man. Shout out to the 202 people that's in here, dog. Let's go. For those who haven't signed up for Underdog Fantasy, download the app, Apple Store, Google Play, wherever. Whatever has Underdog Fantasy in it. First time users, use that promo code KingdomCast, all in one word, to sign up to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. So there's that. And we also got our playback channel as well, playback.tv/KingdomCast. We will do content over there.
I'm trying to talk y'all into watching the finals over there, man. But
DG
y'all
don't
ain't
want
wanna
to watch there.
And DG want to be in his own world, dog. Like he locked
DG
in.
want to crash out.
Yeah,
we got
he wanna
like
crash out
11
his own.
people on our. We got 11 people on our podcast.
DG
Hey,
will
country,
crash out.
he's kind of like you, dog, with the Chiefs, bro. You want to be by yourself when the
Yeah,
Chiefs come on.
he's
So
That's because I coached the team while I watched the
he probably coaching OKC.
yeah, he do that same thing. Like, why is such and such on the floor? Like
Exactly.
That's entertaining.
he screams at the TV. I do.
Nah, I got Pacers in 6, bro.
Hey,
They
I'm
heard
not-
the
I'm
chatter,
Not, I'm not
bro.
mad at it. If they
It was
win
too
tomorrow-
many.
Hey,
It was
they
too
go
many
tomorrow, I definitely-
Oklahoma City in 5 talk, and the Pacers heard it. And Halliburton. Hey, stop calling that man Halliburton, bro. That's just so
Ali Bond.
It's so
Nah, they got mad because they probably put
it's so disrespectful to.
I won't
One
repeat it
rebound
for
away.
broadcasting purposes, but it's so funny. It's so funny.
It is funny though, but it's so disrespectful.
Hey, man.
It's so
Is this daddy back?
Man.
Is this
yeah,
daddy back every
yeah,
day?
they
Dad
brought
back.
him back for game 1. They he's been there at the
His
Him
dad
since
is
the Eastern Conference Finals.
okay, because his dad was hilarious.
I was listening.
Doris Burke is funny.
I'm gonna say this so we can go. I was listening to Jenkins and Jones, who does a great podcast. Man, they said ain't no way they could put Hallie's dad and Tiana Trump in the same building at the same time. Something bad gonna happen. Something bad gonna happen. And I was crying. Because I know Hallie dad don't need to come across it wearing the Halliburton
Keep
shirt.
them away.
I know he don't need to, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, D-Bag, yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's that dude, Vontae? I got into the Vontae web, what they call it, rabbit hole last night. That dude is hilarious.
Who's Vontae? I don't know who Vontae is.
Vontae Wade.
The dude that be talking about porn stars like they
Nah.
athletes.
I know.
He is
Nah,
hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
He's so
that's definitely
serious
not
and
in my-
focused, bro.
that definitely don't come up on my timeline, bro. That
Nah,
definitely
I'm
don't.
like, look, I'm chilling.
You see country face?
Yeah, because you follow Boogie. I know it comes up on you.
Yeah.
What, no, what, nope.
It's been in the group chat before.
No.
It's been in the group chat before. I'm looking at you, sir.
Nope, we ain't doing that. Nope.
Either
I was
that or
talking
I
about-
was watching the guy that's like smash. Double smash. that dude is hilarious. I found out more about the WNBA. Just go ahead, Chuck. I'm done.
It's a WNBA. Yeah,
I know better. That's how I found out about the WWE. That's the only thing I know about WWE. I get
Pass. Respectfully.
Okay, so
dude is hilarious.
So D-Mac, about the WNBA, man, do you think your Liberty break the Houston Comets 27-3 record? I think.
No, because we're dealing with the Eurobasket stuff, and so I don't think we're going to break that record. But because the Comets are that the team was also, and it's more teams, from that standpoint. So, but we are going back to back, and I said that in the offseason, I said that we were clearing in a way the best team, and I've seen nothing to say otherwise, man. We are on the road to go there. We got depth. Natasha's been great since we traded for her. Our top three, John Quill, Sabrina, Stewie, they doing their thing. Got the most home court advantage in W. We gonna
Do the Sparks suck?
They kind of
not good no more.
They more so below average. They have Rakia out for a few games. They're gonna get Brink back here in a few, and Plum is trying to carry them. But they kind of they probably around like the 6th or 7th. No, not 6th or 7th. They're like the 8th best team in the league, 8th or 9th.
Hey, bro. I'm kind of up on my WNBA. Nefessa, Rakia.
This hurts.
Skylar, of course. I know a couple of things, man, about WNBA. I'm ready for Kansas City to get a team. I'm getting tickets. Tickets probably $95 for season tickets.
We ain't getting no WNBA team.
I was supporting the WNBA team.
Nate Taylor talked about this on Only Weird Games. He said that it was David Stern's dying wish that Kansas City would never get an NBA team.
What? Why?
Dang, he a hater like that.
Damn, David Stern.
And he mentioned that Adam Silver wanted to carry out that wish. Now, he said that a WNBA team would be possible, obviously, given our support for women's sports and the Mahomes aspect of it. But he said that that was a very clear edict that Kansas City could not have an NBA team.
To be fair, when we did have the NBA thing, we split games with Omaha. That's all you need to say. It was probably one of the worst ran franchises of all time, bro. Like
that was crazy though. How you splitting with another city,
bro? We were splitting games with Omaha, bro. That's horrendous. That's terrible.
That's wild.
Damn, like David Stern, I didn't know you felt that way about us.
Put the WNBA team in Kansas City, put the NBA team in St. Louis, and we'll be good.
Anyway, happy Juneteenth.
Wait, it's Juneteenth weekend. I just realized. I didn't even realize. Dang.
St. Louis, we've given y'all so many chances, St. Louis.
So many.
Mac about to quit.
Yeah,
look, yo, that's why they
y'all about to lose this game to Kansas, dog.
We already gonna lose Boogie when they go to Kansas, man. Come on, we can't lose you.
Oh man.
Hey, no, for real though. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Chuck, I know you lost your father, but happy Father's Day, Heavenly Father's Day to him too. All the people that's being real fathers and taking care of your kids, and that means more than just buying shoes. Being a real father, man. We appreciate real fathers out here.
You can't listen to everything everybody be saying. There's such thing as people lying on people's names.
Did you hear what he said?
I did not hear what he said.
No,
we know what you're talking about, though.
It wasn't appropriate.
Go ahead, get on out of here.
Look,
go ahead and get on out of here, man.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get up out of here, man.
Chill out on Duke Dennis, brother.
But yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, man. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. To all the fathers involved in their kids' lives, enjoy it, man.
I'm going to D-Mac house, man. He got some lobster or something out there, man. You know, caviar.
Anyhow, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share on your social media platforms. Again, if you watch this on Twitter, please hit the retweet like button on your way out. We out of here, Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah, we need 20 subscribers to YouTube. We need to get to 1,500 by the weekend. Please.
1,500, please.
Hey, shout
20.
out Chris.
That's all. That's all we need. 20.
Real quick, shout out Chris, man. Congratulations.
Shout out Chris and Kyle.
Podcast.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
Boy, don't even get me started on that. But
All right, we out.
Yeah.